Call the meeting to order the Roselle Park Board of Education for February 26th, 2019. This meeting held in the school gymnasium auditorium is an open session of the Roselle Park Board of Education held under the Open Public Meetings Act in the state of New Jersey. Notice of this meeting was sent to the Star Ledger, Union Leader, the Home News Tribune, Borough Clerk, school offices, and the district website. Roll call, please.
President Harms.
Here.
Vice President Signorello.
Here.
Ms. Carlstrom.
Here.
Ms. Falcon.
Here.
Mr. Hemingway.
Here.
Mr. Langang.
Here.
Mr. Miller.
Here.
Ms. Powers. Mr. Santangelo.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please rise to the flag salute.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'll open the first public portion. Anyone wishing to speak, please come forward, state your name and address, and you can speak on any agenda items. Again, I'm opening up the first public portion. Anyone wishing to speak, please come forward, state your name and address, and you have 3 minutes to speak on any agenda item.
Good evening. My name is Brenda Frasca. I live at 3380 Lincoln Avenue, Roselle Park. And I'd like to speak concerning the sick policy for the schools. If that is no, this is not. Is this after we do the second portion?
Yes, it'll be the second portion.
Okay.
I'm sorry. And this first portion is for agenda items only.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, thank you. Anyone? Seeing no one, I will close the first public portion. At this time, we'll move on to the committee reports. Do we have any?
Yes. Things. First, before I get to the good stuff, the strategic planning committee meeting tomorrow. A lot of work has been done on that thus far. Come up with a 3-year plan for the borough. Just real short, a lot of great discussion, and that's been a pleasure to be a part of. Again, we meet again tomorrow. The technology committee hasn't met yet, but myself and Mr. Burrito are attending the annual School Technology Conference on March 8th. That's run by the State School Boards Association. The keynote will be the State Commissioner of Education. Plan to get, or I hope to get, some good things out of that and meet soon thereafter. Not the real important stuff. A couple of announcements from the Finance Committee. We have a committee meeting on March 8th. That is one day after state aid figures are set to be released. Then after that, there's a very short window to work out and finalize and submit the budget. So to that end, we have some changes to our meetings. Our March 12th scheduled meeting for the Board of Ed will now be rescheduled to March 19th. The March 12th date will be used as the first public budget workshop. We can talk as a board about opening this workshop up to board members, but it's only up to 4 Board of Education members. email me if you're interested in attending that, please, so I can make sure that there's no more than 4 members present for obvious reasons. Further down that budget process, the April 23rd Board of Education meeting is also canceled and rescheduled to April 30th, at which time we will have a public hearing on the budget, and the Board of Ed votes to adopt the budget on May 7th. That's all I have. I'm sorry. And on March 19th, the Board of Ed will vote to adopt the tentative. That's all.
We'll be putting this on the,
Yes.
on the web, right?
Correct.
Okay, and all the dates and stuff will be put on the, web.
Right.
So,
Not getting around sunshine laws.
you want to remember all these dates, because I have it. So, anything else?
Yes, Mr. President, if I may. Just wanted to report on the Curriculum Council just had a meeting here at Alden School tonight, and it's our first meeting, and it was a productive one where we got to toss around some ideas concerning our school's curriculum, and also we're getting ready for another meeting with Mr. James Salvo, who's the head of curriculum for our school district. So just getting a couple talking points, but a couple highlights of our meeting is we're discussing some extra supplementary possible resources for our curriculum, for Mr. Salvo to have, and one was called Project Learning Tree, which is an educational nonprofit program, and that was looking to pilot some classes that teach learning through the outdoors, through the environment, and at this point in time, we're not going to, nothing. The only thing we're going to do about it is we're going to hand that off to Mr. Salvo, because like here at Alden, this is a green thumb. Not only is it a big heart, but it's a green thumb school with some of their environmental projects going on. And we just wanted to tell Mr. Salvo that, hey, the principal Scully or another principal would has some ideas. This organization it might be a resource for you. And they also have grants as well. And anytime we can get additional funding for our children, the better. So that was a nice thing. I want to thank Mr. Liongag for bringing that to our attention as well. And the other thing too is one thing that we looked at are these pads that I have here, and Mr. Zadanowicz, who is a Roselle Park resident of Paul Zadanowicz, and his son Clive came and gave a quick 15-minute presentation with these little pads and touch pads, and actually a 250-pound person could step on it and not break it. So these are pretty tough. But the thing about these that are really, really neat is that the application is for you guys and for computer guys. If you work with computers at school, raise your hand. Okay, so we have a bunch here. Thank you. Okay, and what you do is it's called coding, where you can make your own games and you can program these to and possibly play these in gym class, where you could say, all right, I'm going to put one down there at the end of the basket, one here, and I'm going to time myself. So you could write a computer program that would, once you step on this, you have to run all the way to this and step on it, it'll stop. And then on your computer or on your phone, you can see what your time is. That's just one game. Another one was like, called Jailbreak or something like that, where, you got into and you had to press an alarm and stop it and do all these neat things. And it's really neat creative educational plans that you can do that was presented. And so these are really neat, and we looked at them, and we were going to present that to Mr. Salvo at our next meeting as well, just to see, hey, we're always looking for new ways to present technology, and to also to motivate you guys in computer class, because if you can program your own game and show it to your friends, and they say, oh my gosh, that's so great, maybe I can try it, and it just enhances learning, and it's not only involves computer science, but it also involves activity and running around and sweating, which we should always do. And so that's very exciting too. So it was a very good meeting, and we look forward to our next meeting with Mr. Salvo. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Mr. President, if I may?
Sure.
I have a few brief reports, and I'm sorry in advance I don't have anything that lights up. One report from the Personnel Committee. The board is about to, the district's about to make its second most important hire possible. We're looking for a new business administrator to replace Mrs. Curso, who's been such a talented and dedicated servant of the school district. We're going to be interviewing candidates starting next week. The board is very interested in observing that process and helping to advise Mr. Guido in finding us a suitable replacement. We can only just clone the suit. We would be done, but unfortunately we can't.
You got it.
Also, report as mayor and council liaison. I've been attending meetings. A couple meetings ago, I spoke and said to the council that the board is ready and willing and able to cooperate. We must work together to serve the community that we are both elected to serve, and I hope that we can do that. I know that the mayor has extended to us an invitation to have a joint meeting to discuss pilots and all kinds of fun tax stuff, and I hope that we can get that scheduled as soon as possible. And the other important event that I learned about at the mayor and council meeting is we're actually going to be voting to approve this tonight. The USO 5K, second annual Roselle Park USO 5K is happening on Saturday, September 21st. It's to all the money raised for this event goes to raise awareness and assistance for PTSD and veteran suicide. It's a very important problem. I intend to lead Board of Ed team again on the 5K and defend my title, and I invite you all to run with me and help raise money. That is my report.
Mr. President, I hope I don't come to last.
To finish is to win.
Anyway, I had 2 meetings of board operations met on February 11th. Some good progress with that. Mr. Guerrero has some updates with that, some policies. Last night I attended the Roselle Park High School PTA meeting. I'm the rep now to the high school. I graduated from middle school. So they are going to have the lunch truck festival on March 30th, food truck. So March 30th between 12 and 5. That's for the high school PTA fundraiser. I went there last year and there's some really good food to go there for this lunch truck. That'll be at the youth baseball field, park lot, fundraiser for PTA, March 30th. That's the end of my report.
Anyone else? If none, we go on to the principal's report. Mrs. Stubbs.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Harms, members of the Board of Education, Superintendent Garrido, families and students. Welcome to Aldine, and we're delighted to host you this evening. As always, we've been very busy here at Aldine in the last couple of months. Our 5th grade students have been visiting the Makerspace Lab at the high school. As part of the Makerspace leadership course at the high school, upperclassmen, juniors and seniors have taught them about robotics and coding. And so it was a very exciting trip for our students who learned how to use coding to program Ozobots to be able to detect color and follow certain patterns. And the students are already excitedly talking about what they're going to do when they get to the high school and can use the Makerspace on their own. So that was great. Our 2nd grade students are writing about fiction now as part of their writing curriculum. So they're currently writing book reviews that we are going to display in the Roselle Park Public Library for all the visitors to see and to use as a reference. This provides our students with an authentic audience for their writing, and it offers an opportunity for students in the community to see what their peers are reading, and it promotes the use of the Roselle Park Public Library as well. Our students are very excited about this, and even though their work is not displayed yet, they're already talking about how they're going to bring their families over to look at what they've written when it's hanging up. As February is Black History Month, our students have been reading, writing, and studying about many important African Americans. Our 1st grade students worked on a project where they were writing chapter books as part of their reading nonfiction curriculum. And each student wrote a biography of Dr. Martin Luther King, which included a table of contents 3 chapters about his life and accomplishments, and a glossary of important terms that they included in their book. And this was a great way for them to learn about nonfiction texts, about biographies, and to become more familiar with this important American. We also celebrated 100 days of school on February the 12th, and Zero the Hero was here, helping the younger students count to 100 in numerous different ways. And the 5th grade students played the teachers in the annual 5th grade teachers volleyball game this month. It was a very exciting and loud event that was full of school spirit, as all of the student body was very loudly cheering on the 5th graders. Our peer mentoring program in our autism classes is starting this week. We decided to change it up a little bit for this year, and we're going to be using same-age peers for the students. So students in kindergarten and 1st grade will be nominated by their teachers as students who are good role models for social behavior. And the peer mentors, the kindergarten and 1st grade mentors, will be playing with their same grade classmates in the autism program at recess 1 time a week to sort of model appropriate social skills. So we're excited to get that going. We're practicing the character education trait of excellence this month. That's the E in the School with a Heart. And we define excellence as students doing and being their best. So this month, the students and their buddies, their upper age buddies, work together to create visual images of each student's goal and how they're going to be their best. And you can see them displayed on our heart here in the gym. We're also celebrating Read Across America Day on Friday, and we've invited guest readers from throughout the community to come in and read to our students. In addition, our student council has designed an entire week of activities beginning next week. One activity for each day. For example, we're going to have Crazy Sock Day to commemorate Dr. Seuss's book, Fox and Socks. And now I'm going to move over to the other podium to recognize some of our students.
Okay, so I'd like to start with recognizing the following students who had their artwork selected for display in the Union County Youth Art Month exhibit. And we'll start with Victoria Serrano. Come on up, Victoria. And Johan Umana. And Juliana Luciano. And now I'd like to recognize the following students for having their artwork selected for display in the late winter exhibit at the New Jersey PAC. Shu Patel. Come on up, please. And Sarah Ramirez. And we also have 6 students who are being recognized for participating in the Morris Union Georgia Musical Festival Chorus. Unfortunately, the Musical Festival Chorus rehearsal is tonight. And these students, being the very responsible students that they are all at their rehearsal right now. But I'm going to announce their names anyway, so we can give them a round of applause. We have Irina George, Suhani Patel, Mia Ramos, Ariana Negron, Jessica Kasabowski, and Julia Penn. We will be sure to honor them at school tomorrow. And congratulations to all of you for a job well done. We're very proud of you and all your hard work.
Congratulations to all the students for all their hard work and for the dedication of the other 6 that are at practice tonight. That's dedication, love it. And again, congratulations. At this time, I'm going to take 2 minutes. Okay, and for the students, if they'd like to leave with their parents, so you don't have to go over the rest of it, and I remember going there, okay. So, we'd love you to stay though, but if you'd like to leave, you got 2 minutes. Okay, thank you, and have a good night. All right, at this time I'll call the meeting back to order. And at this time I will turn it over to the superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. Good evening, everyone. I do have a few items that I wanted to report. However, tonight in the audience we have Mr. Robert Olson from the Robert Olson Company to come and give the annual comprehensive financial report for the year, ending June 2018. So, Mr. Olson?
Thank you. Good evening. Just like to briefly touch on a few things. First of all, most importantly, the results of the audit were very good, and so I'm happy to come and report that to the board. In reviewing our financial position of Mrs. Gershio, our financial position is certainly reasonable given the constraints that the Department of Education requires us to work under. And I know that the administration and the board monitors the financial situation as we go, and we put a lot of work into the budget each year. So in reviewing that financial information, I certainly think we're doing the things we need to do to be successful. And other than that, we have one minor recommendation on transfer. Preferably, we'd like to make that 17-18 because of timing differences, and the system closes out at the end of the year, which is an internal control feature. We made it in 18-19, so it's not an issue going forward. As I say, very minor, and you should not take away from the fact that overall you had an excellent audit report. And Other than that, I'd be happy to go over anything in the report, or take any questions anyone has if you have any.
Anyone have a question? That was an easy one.
That was easy, and I'd just like to add that Sue shared with me that she's going to be retiring, and I'm very happy for you, and enjoy yourself, but bittersweet because it's been amazing to work with Sue. 44 years in the district, that's amazing as well. And I know she's very dedicated to Roosevelt Park, so I certainly will miss her, but again, wish her all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good seeing everyone. Have a good night. Take care.
Thank you so much for the report, Mrs. Gershel. Once again, congratulations on the annual report and the excellent findings. We appreciate it, and no one's going to miss you more than I am for myself. But thank you for everything you do for the district. I do have a couple of updates for the board and the public. First of all, Black History Month has been celebrated throughout the district with a plethora of activities that includes essay writing, knowledge, videos, discussions, website research, class lessons, and so forth. Read Across America is this week and will be celebrated across the district as well. Many special guests will come into the district to read to our students, and I know it's always very exciting, especially for our younger students to have our special guests come and read. So we'll be celebrating Dr. Sue's birthday in every building this week. The New Jersey Student Learning Assessments, or as we know them as SPARK, final information and calendar will be going out by the principals this week. It's coming up sooner rather than later. So we're here, and we're going to be very busy. One thing that I do know is students are very well prepared. The teaching staff, the administration have been doing everything to prepare the students to do the best that they can. And that's all we ever ask our students, is to make sure they do the very best that they can. And preparation is not an issue at all. Mr. Signorello alluded to two policies. Two policies that I met with the Board Operation Committee. One of them is proper restraining of students. This is driven by a federal law that just came into effect not too long ago, where we mandated every school district to have a proper restraining policy in place. And basically what it does is train the staff on proper restraining and also making sure that we follow certain rules. Calling the parents if a student needs to be restrained, making sure that the student is sent to the nurse, and so forth. But the training piece is really the critical piece here, making sure that the entire staff is trained and has knowledge of the policy. Once the board fully approves the policy will be on the district's website for everyone to read. The second policy is regarding non-residents. And one of the things that I, as a superintendent, every year get is students who move either the final marking period of the year or the seniors after the second marking period. And it's very difficult and very disruptive for students to pick up the last marking period and send to a new district when the year is almost over. And especially for high school seniors who already have graduation in mind, and of course college, that they will be selected or so forth, letters coming in of acceptance and so forth. And really the instruction of the final two marking periods and making sure that they have consistency and it's not disruptive. So what I recommended to the Board Operation Committee is to put into policy that any senior that moves after February 1st to allow them to stay without having to pay tuition. The same thing goes with any students in any other grade levels. They'll find a market rate, which is really the end of April, May, and June. And again, this causes a lot of anxiety, not only for the parents, but for the students. And we really want to do what's in their best interest. As I researched policy from other districts, they're all over the place. Some allow them to stay the final year. Some allow them to stay the final market period. Some was really on the discretion of the superintendent, which makes it very difficult. But the majority of the districts had February 1 as the date that they will allow seniors to remain. So I just want to make sure the public understands the rationale for the policy that we have in place for first reading tonight. In terms of high school graduation, I know it came up. We received just notification from the state that the Supreme Court has it's a consent order from the New Jersey Superior Court with an agreement with the Department of Education to allow the state for seniors graduating in 2019 and 2020 with the 3 pathways to graduation that we have in place. For example, achieve passing scores on the high school level for the PARCC assessments, achieve scores defined in the table below, which is pretty long there, okay? An alternative assessment such as SAT, the ACT, or the AccuPlacer, or submit for the district a student portfolio field to the New Jersey Department of Education. So really, again, continues to give flexibility for graduating seniors for the next 2 years. Beginning in 2021, we're not sure what's going to happen. It's still in the court's hand, and there hasn't been really a decision, long-term decision based on that. But for 2019, 2020, continues to be the same. They do have several pathways to graduate from high school. So I think that is good news for the district, good news for the parents, good news for the students, and we will continue to monitor to make sure that we give out the information to the parents. Parents will receive this information, if they didn't do so yet, from the high school in the next few days or so. Okay? So that's what I have to report to you tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. At this time, we'll move on into the agenda items 1 and 2, which are policies. The number 1 is district policy for the first reading, 5118. This is the one with the non-residents. And number 2, district policy first reading, 5142.2, and that on the fiscal restraint. We'll have a motion.
Make a motion.
We'll have a second. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Vice President Signorella?
Yes.
Ms. Carlstrom?
Yes.
Ms. Falcon?
Yes.
Mr. Hemingway?
Yes.
Mr. Lange?
Yes.
Mr. Miller? Ms. Powers? Mr. Santangelo?
Yes.
President Harms?
Yes.
Roll call, motion carries.
Now we move on to consent agenda under personnel, items 3 through 10. Number 3, staff retirements. 4, medical leave of absence requests. 5, staff transfers. Number 6, staff appointment. 7, degree changes. 8, 2019 Roosevelt Park summer camp salaries. 9, sick day bank. And 10, additional high school, middle school athletic coaches 2018-2019. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second. Any comments?
Yes.
Okay.
Who wants to start with Mr. Carroll?
I'm going to start. I'll pull right here. I just want to say that when I saw this retirement of Mr. Carroll, I've known Mr. Carroll for many, many, many years. My 3 children had it, and I assure you, we don't miss him. He's done wonders with our kids. He's so dedicated to the school district. So again, I wish him luck, but I wish he would a couple more years. My youngest grandson is only 4 until he gets out, but I don't think he'll make that long. But I wish him well. Okay, there you guys go.
Same here. I have Mr. Carroll as a PE teacher, and my kids were lucky enough to have him as well at Sherman School. You know, I think there's a certain caricature of a PE teacher, and although Mr. Carroll wore shorts when it was not, you know, don't wear shorts.
When he's 20, he's still wearing shorts.
You know, he defied all the other components of that caricature and got kids into, you know, old school baseball and Popeye and March of the Wooden Soldiers and my kids are coming home, you know, saying the same thing that he said to me. So, you know, I look forward to still seeing him around, which I'm very happy about. I just can't help feel a little bit sorry for the kids who go through school and not have them, but hopefully Mr. Carroll's rules will live on.
Okay, Joe.
You guys said a mouthful, and I'm just going to add that we'll miss him. And 4 squares rules by Mr. 4 squares rules, and Mr. Carroll will go on from here to eternity. So I could say a lot, but we're going to miss him.
And Mr. Terry, too.
Yeah, also,
Mr. Terry.
He's been custodian Sherman for 8 years.
Yes.
I've gotten to know him through various meetings that we had in Sherman, whether it was a PA or a soccer club meeting or a board meeting or a Girl Scout meeting. He's always been really friendly and helpful anytime the community needs the school. It's exactly what we want for custodian staff member. So, job well done, and happy to retire.
I do know that. Anyone else want to wish these 2 good luck? All right, we have a motion, roll call, please.
Vice President Signorella?
Yes.
Ms. Carlstrom?
Yes.
Ms. Falcon?
Yes.
Mr. Hemingway?
Yes.
Mr. Longe?
Yes.
Mr. Miller? Ms. Powers? Mr. Santangelo?
Yes.
President Harms?
Yes, with a heavy heart.
On roll call, motion carries.
Next, we move on to education. Agenda items number 11 through 15. 11, education programs. 12, educational trip requests. 13, harassment, intimidation, bullying incidents. 14, 2019-2020 school calendar adoption. 15, workshop attendance request. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Holy smokes, what's about the rest of these? All right.
Some
Any comments?
espresso.
Any comments?
Some espresso next month.
Somebody else is going to say, okay. Any comments? Okay.
I just want to thank the calendar committee. Creating a calendar for the school year is never easy because there are so many variables that we look at. But certainly the most important and what the priority that we take is to maximize instructional time. And once again, the calendar committee, I think, did a really good job in doing that for this calendar job. Thank you.
If there's no other comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next, we'll move on to business. Agenda items 16 through 25. 16, Secretary Treasurer's Report. 17, approval of minutes. 18, use of buildings and grounds. 19, approval of bills. 20, a donation. 21, comprehensive annual financial report. Okay, that was page 9, okay. And you using the new one? I used the new one.
Your request was to print only the page that contained.
I understand, I'm going on to 21 and 22. Okay, I'm going on to 22. Okay, I got it, I'm moving on. 2022, corrective action plan, and 23, grant application. Do I have a motion?
Make the motion.
All right, do I have a second? Somebody new?
Second.
Who?
Second.
All right, oh, good job. This end. Well, with that end down there, you can't do it, all right. Thank you. Any comments?
I'd just like to say thank you to the company for the middle school. That's a nice donation. Every penny helps. So thank you so much to Roseville Park. Have a great time.
Very nice.
That's all I have.
Any other comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried. At this time, we'll move on to continuing business. Do we have any? Any new business? At this time, we're moving to the second public portion. Anyone wishing to speak, please come forward, state your name and address, and you can speak on any item you'd like to. Who's first? Okay.
Good evening again. My name is Brenda Frasca. I live at 3380 Lincoln Avenue, Roselle Park. I have twins who attend the Roselle Park High School. They're both seniors. They should be graduating in June. My son is a floater, but he's hanging in there for the credit. Anyway, I have a concern about the school sick policy. My children, since they were babies, have had problems, viral problems, asthma. They use their days, and I know sometimes they come close to the 16-day mandate for the state. But I never had a problem until the high school. I always got a doctor's note, took the extra step, and took it to the doctor, so they did not suffer academically with the way it's broken up, and especially with cycle classes. I just had the principal, Mrs. Costa, reverse 6 months of doctor's notes. She questioned for both my children, all the doctor's notes, and reversed them to unexcused. Now putting my children in academic danger, prom, all these things that are coming up in the next 4 months. I'm pretty sure they have enough credits to graduate, but heaven forbid if they should get sick again. I'm just really concerned of how she can make it retroactive. I could see putting a note out, no further doctor's notes, you're getting close to the state mandate, that I can accept. I can accept sending out a note to all parents saying there's a change in the policy, this is what we're going to do case by case. But not throwing out 6 months retroactively of doctor's notes that were accepted. I think that is horrendous, and I'm quite upset about it. So I've seen fit to take it to the next level, where it is spoken by phone to Mr. Garrido, my concerns. And I'm writing this training, the civil regime, and I'm taking it as far as I can go at this point because I am just so upset that it's retroactive. I don't understand how that's ethical. To me, it's unconscionable at this point. Because the only thing that's going to result is that they're going to get hurt academically.
Mrs. Foster, thank you.
Yes.
I did speak to you earlier. I have been updated on the leaders, I just pulled out. Of course, the board can now make any decision based on what you tell me, as the superintendent, I will be the one that will take on the advisement, and obviously, we'll look into it further.
Okay.
What you can do, if you can do me a favor, if you can please hold my office tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think I have the number, but I may not, or if not, I can look it up in Genesis and find it. But let me discuss this with Mrs. Costa. I can't guarantee you anything. I know there are laws and policies in terms
Yes.
of the
I did sign
Yeah.
consent forms, and I've been checking daily. She hasn't contacted the doctor yet, but he's waiting for her call.
Okay,
But
so
I just-
that's why I haven't been updated.
Yes, but they are valid notes, and like I said, making it retroactive as well.
Let's discuss this further, because I don't think there's been any final decision
Okay.
on this yet, since we spoke.
Okay.
So I haven't been updated, so I'll definitely call you.
Okay.
And certainly we'll give you an update at that time, and then we'll
Okay.
take
I
it.
appreciate it, and I do have the letter that I wrote to the state. I figured I would give it to Mr. Barnes.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? 3 minutes.
Just a couple of items to the board members. Your board member, Leanne, mentioned the connectivity, or the relationship between us and the board. I enjoy working with Matthew. I think we're coming a long way. We talked about pilot. And on that note, too, a word was left to your office today about Monday, the 4th at 5:30 p.m. being the discussion between the board and the council regarding pilot. So that's 5:30. All that I ask is that if you have any questions, if you can send them in advance so that when we do meet, we can make it as productive as possible and get those questions answered before we meet on Monday. Just a word of information. The Rosa Park First Annual Jazz Festival will be held on July 27th. And why is that important to the board? Well, not only is Rosa Park resident Julius Tolentino, who's an educator at the New York Academy and a saxophonist, the promoter for the event, but he's offering scholarships to our high school students to participate in his summer camp. So mark your calendars. Not only will you see some of the Rosa Park students participate at the Jazz Festival, but have the opportunity for free scholarships for his summer camp and the opportunity to play with some exceptional students throughout the state of New Jersey. And lastly, the library is searching for a new library director. However, in the meantime, Rosa Park resident Jenny Lechtenwalner will serve as acting director. We're on the verge of a community outreach program. As you may know, the library board received significant bequest funds to improve the library. And as such, we want to expand upon the services we have at the library, and also reaching out to the board to see if you have any suggestions or ideas to improve the connectivity between the library and also the school. So if you have any thoughts or ideas, we're doing an outreach to all the community, and please share those ideas with the board and with myself. And we look forward to something great for Rosal Park.
Thank you.
Do we have time left? Should I just stand here until 3 minutes is up?
No.
Okay.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, hearing none, at this time I will close the second public portion. And at this time I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Aye. Good night, everyone. Drive safe.